It is an absolutely perfect morning. It is 65, 7 degrees, cool out. It rained last night. It's beautiful. I'm at Greater Goods. It's basically my office at this point. Gonna get some work done. Gotta get some video edits. Let's get it. So one of my clients is preparing for a TV interview, and she is very nervous for being on TV and ultimately being in front of the camera. And as we were walking through just some tips to think about, talking points, things like that, I thought, what are my top 3 pieces of advice on how to be in front of a camera? I'm in front of a camera every single day, and it's actually a lot harder than you think. But if you practice these 3 things, you can get pretty good at it and very, very comfortable in front of a camera. First tip that I would give is know your story and be confident in that story. I think so often, so many people are trying to figure out what is their story that they need to tell that would be accepted versus being genuine with their own story. And not only being genuine with their story, but being confident in sharing, this is where I'm from, and this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be moving forward. And if you can be confident in that, then it's easy to stand strong in front of a camera. The second tip is closely aligned to the first tip, which is have a few talking points already mapped out. Have a few ideas of what you want to stick to in terms of your messaging. It is easy to go down the path of a story. It's easy to get lost in your train of thought. But if you have practiced and really know some bullet points that you want to stick to, you can always go back to those points when you feel like you're getting lost in your answer to whatever you're answering. Or if you're in front of the camera and you're making a video for Instagram or for Snapchat or whatever, no one uses Snapchat, but if you get my point, you stick to the reference points, which is what I just did. I went off track with Snapchat, came back to the whole point, which is tip number 2, know your points, stick to them. Which brings me to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is have fun, because at the end of the day, what we're getting to do is sharing our story with an audience. That could be an audience of 1, if it's over coffee. It could be an audience of 1 million people on TV or anything else in between that. But having fun is going to really, really, really resonate and really bring out your true self, which is what people are connecting to, especially being on camera. Yes, sentences are compelling, but who you are on the camera, how you're connecting with them on an emotional level, and you never connect to somebody on camera if they're just always deadpan and never are talking above this one tone. You are engaged when somebody feels like they're engaging with you, and that is so, so important. But you can't engage with your audience, with your camera, if you aren't having fun. And a bonus tip, practice makes perfect. See, I've been doing this for every day for over 200 days. And even before that, I was making videos and having myself in front of the camera. But when I first started, it was hard for me to actually articulate my words. It's hard for me to actually communicate and be comfortable, and even being comfortable in public. But as time has gone on, I've gotten so much better at talking to a camera. And even though I'm not talking to people specifically, I'm talking to you who's watching the video. And I really appreciate all of the support. So hopefully those tips helped. Hopefully they helped my client, and hopefully they will help you. Guys, I make videos every single day. I talk more about talking in front of a camera on my podcast. Please check it out. It's linked in the description. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode of Understanding Adulthood. Peace and love.